For 37 years, I wore my marriage like a badge of honor. James and I had built a life together, 3 children, a home full of laughter and fights, vacations that turned into stories, holidays that became traditions. People often told me we were the perfect couple, and for the most part, I believed them. But hidden beneath the layers of time, I carried a secret that grew heavier with every passing year. A secret I had convinced myself I'd take to my grave, until the weight of it became unbearable. It was a quiet Sunday afternoon when it happened. We had finished lunch, and James was sitting in his chair by the window, the one he always claimed was molded perfectly to his back. The late summer light streamed in, painting his face in gold, and something about the stillness made me realize I couldn't carry the lie any longer. He deserved the truth. Or at least, that's what I told myself. "James," I said, my voice trembling, "I need to tell you something." He looked up from his newspaper, his expression gentle but curious. "You sound serious. What is it?" My hands were cold, my throat dry. "Do you remember when our youngest, Michael, was born?" "Of course," he said with a smile. "You were radiant that day. Tired but radiant." I couldn't meet his eyes. "James, Michael isn't your biological son." The words fell between us like glass shattering. For a moment, I thought he hadn't heard me. But then the paper slipped from his hands, and his face drained of color. "What did you just say?" His voice was low, dangerous, like a storm rolling in. Tears welled in my eyes. "It was only once. So many years ago. You were traveling for work, and I was lonely, vulnerable. I never meant for it to happen, and I certainly never planned for Michael to." My words broke into sobs. James stood slowly, his chair scraping against the floor. He stared at me as if I were a stranger, as if 37 years of love, laughter, and trust had vanished in a single breath. "So all these years," he said, his voice shaking with fury, "you let me raise a child, love him, protect him, thinking he was mine? You let me believe." He choked on his words. "I never wanted to hurt you," I whispered. I thought it didn't matter. You loved him as your own." I told myself the truth would only destroy us. He let out a bitter laugh, one I'd never heard before. "Destroy us? You destroyed us 37 years ago, when you decided to betray me. You built our marriage on a lie, and you let me live in it every single day since." The room spun. My chest ached. "Please, James. We've had a life together. Don't throw it away over one mistake." "One mistake." His eyes burned with a fire I'd never seen in him. "You carried this secret for nearly 4 decades. That's not a mistake. That's a choice. A selfish, cowardly choice." I reached for him, desperate, but he pulled away as if my touch poisoned him. "James, please. We have children, grandchildren. We've built a family. Don't do this." His voice was cold, like steel. "Do you think that makes this easier? Every memory I have with you now feels tainted. Every moment we shared, every sacrifice I made. I did it for a woman who looked me in the eye and lied. I don't even know who you are anymore." I crumbled, sinking into the chair as sobs racked my body. For years, I had feared this moment, but I had naively hoped love would be enough to soften the blow. Instead, his silence, his rage, and his pain cut deeper than I ever imagined. He paced the room, fists clenching and unclenching. Finally, he stopped at the doorway, his back to me. His voice was quiet, but final. "You've taken 37 years of my life and twisted them into something I can't recognize. I don't know if I'll ever forgive you. I don't even know if I can stay." And then he walked out. The sound of the door closing behind him shattered something inside me. I had expected anger, tears, maybe even forgiveness after time, but not this cold emptiness, this silence that screamed louder than words. I sat alone in the house we had built together, surrounded by photographs that now felt like ghosts, by memories that no longer belonged to me. For the first time in 37 years, I realized that the truth doesn't always set you free. Sometimes, it chains you to your own destruction. And as the hours stretched into night, one truth became painfully clear. I had confessed to ease my own burden, but in doing so, I had destroyed the only man who ever truly loved me.